Alright, so this video is about IShowSpeed. It's about him hitting 50 million subscribers, which is insane. I mean, he made more, he got more subscribers in 1 week than a lot of people will in their whole entire career. Maybe even me, probably me. But it doesn't mean you gotta hate on the guy. I actually look up to him. He's come a long way, and he's only 21. I mean, and he has a good personality. This isn't me trying to glaze him, but the thing is, he's a positive role model. And a lot of other streamers, they're about drama, politics, trying to fight the Matrix, trying to do all this shit, fighting each other. I mean, it's dry, it's boring. Here, IShowSpeed comes along and he's streaming in the pyramids. Sure, somebody's like, oh, I would have done that too. I'm not going to do it. Well, you couldn't do it because you don't got the money and you don't have the know-how. I mean, he has money to pay people that has the know-how, and he probably knows a little bit about it himself from when he was doing it himself. I mean, he grinded. He got it done. Whether it was working a 9 to 5 or streaming, he got it done. And look where he's at now, 21, 50 million subscribers on his birthday, on his 21st birthday. That's amazing. That's like a, you can't write it better. You know, you can't write it better than that. And like I said, it's truly amazing. My son happens to share his birthday, which I don't, funny things like that happens in my life. He's probably never going to see this damn video. I understand that. But I think it, you know, he probably gets a lot of hate. People, you know, they don't want to reflect on themselves, I think. And they're upset, they're mad at it, but he's a positive role model. He's athletic, and he could be promoting a bunch of, you know, terrible things, but he's promoting good things, and he's doing it basically about himself, and he's not bringing, you know, stuff in that's going to cause drama. It's pure entertainment. He's doing it right, and I'm excited for his future and for my kids, for him to be a role model for my kids. I want my kids to be able to do more than I did. I wish I would have been able to do more. I wish I was more like that. There was a part of me that wanted it to be like that, but I was never confident enough, okay? I struggled with, you know, self-esteem my whole life, I guess. I was never a nerd, never a geek, but just never chased my dreams. I never, you know, I didn't want to, I was, you know, it was disguised as being humble, but really it was just too afraid to, or too lazy to do it, to put in the effort. I mean, I went and worked a 9 to 5 since I was 13. So it's not the work. It's not that I'm lazy. It's the fact that I never took the time to learn the know-how or to put in the work in a dream, because I never really had a dream. But IShowSpeed had a dream, and he did it. And look at him now. He's traveling the world. He's a perfect example of believing in that. Believing in yourself, you know, not giving up, chasing your dreams, you know, living life how you want to, and not letting all this negativity, you know, mess you up. Some people get mad at people that distract from important stuff, but we need entertainment too. And he's not just the entertainer. He's a smart young man. He could get into other stuff, and you know, some people might hate on him because there's a lot of money involved, but the money is a consequence of the success, of his hard work. You know, he's worked his butt off to get where he's at. And most people are too scared, like I was, like I am, to really chase their dreams or really risk it. You know, he was in a chance, you know, he had a chance to do it. And as far as I know about him, his mom really didn't want him to do it. You know, but she obviously raised him right, because the way he acts, the fact that he chooses not to get involved in certain drama, he's just all around a decent person. This isn't me trying to glaze him. It's just me trying to acknowledge a smart young man. And the world needs more of that. It needs less of the Sneeko, dissing Andrew Tate, whatever type bullshit. You know, this whole let's worry about every other part of the world except for our shit, and let's not blame it on our own people. Let's blame it on other people. It's just stupid. It's stupid, and I don't know the answer for anything other than work hard, believe in yourself, and don't be lazy. Like, actually do it. You gotta actually do it. You gotta actually try. You can't not try and say, well, it's not gonna happen. My cat Lily came up. She's not supposed to be outside, but my kid was just in here. It's his birthday today. I told him I was going to say happy birthday to IShowSpeed, so he was excited about that. It's awesome. Little stuff like that happens in my life sometimes, and I think there's a meaning behind it, because like, no one's ever too young to teach you something. No one's ever too young. No one's ever too young to learn something from. And I try to be open-minded, and I try to, like, learn from certain people, and you know, I've learned a lot of things from IShowSpeed of just how to act, a type of person to be. Like I said, I wish I would have had some of these traits when I was younger, but I didn't, and it is what it is. But fortunately, he did, and hopefully, you know, he does good with his God-given talents and energy that he has, and hopefully he's a good, positive role model for not just kids, but adults too, as he becomes a man and gets older. It's crazy that he's only 21. 21, and you pretty much have the world at your fingertips. But I hope he's actually okay. I hope he's okay. I hope he's enjoying his life, and I hope it's not too curated. I hope it's not like too processed, or, you know. I hope he still has some freedom. It's hard for him to go anywhere without, you know, hordes of people gathering because they, you know, love him so much. That could be a little frustrating. And, you know, even if he got upset, sometimes I wouldn't hold it against them, because that's a lot to deal with. And some people want to diss streamers, but talk about the work ethic, especially if you're editing your own stuff. He's not editing his own stuff, but he was there. He's done that. You know, he did that. And he grinded to where he don't have to do that. But he still streamed a couple days ago for like 9 hours straight. That's longer than a work day, most people's work day. And, you know, the whole time he's on his feet and he's walking everywhere, and you know, cameras on him, people, you know, speed for hours, you know. It's like, it's hard for me to make a video for 10 minutes, you know, just with a camera on me, because I don't like to edit, and I do one long take, and that's stressful enough for me. And then when I go live, you know, it's hard for me to be myself, and it goes back to me having self-esteem issues and never really believing in myself and being confident with myself, where I could look in the camera and be like, you know, I'm gonna be like IShowSpeed one day. Not like in the sense that he's mega, you know, he has 50 million subscribers and everybody knows him and he's successful. No, but he, in the sense of, I'm gonna create goals, and I'm gonna go after them and chase them and believe in myself and actually do it. And, you know, it might take some time, but, you know, it has to be done. It has to be done. Simple as that. These things has to be done. I can't live with myself if I don't do it. There's a great quote about, you know, say you're on your deathbed and, you know, you didn't do anything. You didn't do the things you want to do, and and gathered around you are the ghosts of things you didn't do. And they come to you and they said, we come to you. We came to you because you could have made us come true and you didn't do it, you know? Or you could be on your deathbed and not have that and be satisfied with what you did. The fact that you tried. And I refuse to believe it's impossible for me or anybody to break out there, to whatever, to be happy, successful, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be YouTube for everybody. And I've struggled with it. Like, is it for me? Am I supposed to be doing this? Shouldn't I be putting more time and talent into it? And do I have talent? And what the hell am I even doing here? I don't know. Maybe it's just to talk about this, because some people would find it funny to talk about this. They would laugh at me, call me a glazer. But I gotta call it out. I call it as it is. He's a positive role model, and he's massively successful, and I wish nothing but the best for IShowSpeed. And I'm excited and happy that he got 50 million on his 21st birthday. That's, like I said, amazing. And yeah, thanks for doing it, because he could walk away. He could walk away right now, and there would be one less positive role model on the internet. Like I said, he's the only one I'm truly happy for on the internet. There's a few others, but he's the top one. He's my favorite streamer, without a doubt. And you're never too young to learn from somebody. Remember that. Don't look down on people just because they're younger, or don't think you're better than somebody because they bark or get too excited. That's a lot of energy. And I don't know. I'm done glazing, but it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell to see people hate because they never tried. Yeah, I'm never going to be that. I might not be competent, but I'll never be a freaking hater like that. Just know that. Alright, I love you, IShowSpeed. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to my son Malcolm. Thanks for watching.